Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 XBL review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Toy Soldiers Cold War, which is a bit odd because I haven't reviewed the first Toy Soldiers game, but it's because this is the one I've played. I own both, and I've went and beat this one with my friend, and when I've went to then play the first one, I've found I can't actually do so. This one has kind of ruined the game for me. So if you've bought both and you're sitting there waiting to get round to playing them, play the first one first. Otherwise it may just well ruin it for you. I mean, it mightn't, there's no guarantee, but it did for me. Anyway, at the start here, you've got Play Toy Soldiers Cold War. The leaderboards are self-explanatory, as are the achievements, the help and options. You can view your controls, and you can change some things. There's a hell of a lot of different control sets to actually remember, because you can play it as a hell of a lot of different things. Settings, very basic, bare bone minimum. When you go into Play Toy Soldiers, you can go onto the campaign for Cold War. I've got the DLC, so the campaign for Evil Empire and the campaign for Napalm, which are 3 missions each, so 6. Adding on to the 10, 11 if you class the training mission to the main game. You've then got Versus Mode, which I'll be honest, I've not actually played. I've not really had any want to do so. You've got Survival Mode, which is self-explanatory, you just have to survive. Mini games, of which there's quite a few of them, but I'll be honest, I'm not particularly a fan of them. It's the sort of thing that I tried 1 or 2 and then got bored, so I gave up with the rest. So there might actually be a gem there that I just haven't played, but mainly you're going to be playing the main game, so I'll move on to that then. Which, as you can see, there's 5 different difficulty settings, so there's a hell of a lot to do. I just beat it on normal first, just to get the hang of it, and next time your mate comes round we'll start it on hard, because it's not something I beat on my own. I didn't even realise it had co-op until my mate was round and we were a bit bored. We couldn't really think of what to play. We were getting a little sick of playing the South Park Tower Defense game, and we found this. It's something that I'd bought years ago and still not got around to playing. Put it on, found out it had split screen co-op, and sat and beat the entire game in an afternoon. We've then beat the DLCs the next time it came around, and the next time. It's just one of those things. It totally hooked us, considering I'd not played it, or kept getting around to, never got around to actually playing it, kept pushing it off. It was fantastic how much we then loved it. The first mission starts you really well with the Commando, who is Rambo, and all the way through it I was wondering, when I finally got to play as the Russians, who the Russian Commando would be, and it's Dolph Lundgren. So even though Rambo, it's not actually Rambo's nemesis or anything, it's Rocky's nemesis, because it's very much Ivan Drago. But anyway, the whole point of the game is basically a tower defense style game. You've got to build towers, and you get waves and waves of enemies. You can upgrade your towers, you can unlock new towers, you can unlock tower upgrades. So for example, you can get this machine gun, goes into a Gatling gun with grenades, which is really cool. You can get a tank buster, which fires rockets, and then you can actually guide the rockets by holding down the button. You can get anti-aircraft guns. As you probably just saw there, you can actually go into the units and use them, which is cool. Any unit is playable, and the Commando, which I played as, he's a special power. You can get other special powers, like flybys when you're in a helicopter with a huge Gatling gun. At least it might be an airplane with a huge Gatling gun. But there's then like bomb drops, there's nuclear blasts, there's ion blasts. But as well as the things that I've shown and mentioned so far, there's also a huge array of vehicles that you can get. So I'm just going to cut into a level now where I can show off several of the vehicles. And to be fair, if I go to the final mission, I can probably show off about 5 of these 6 or something. Alright then, so I'll be able to show off a few missions here. Just going to get some things built. I honestly can't remember where the enemies come from, but I don't want to fail the mission in the first few seconds while I'm showing off some of the vehicles. Right then, what's this? That's the US IFV. If I'm honest, that's not that good. This is the attack helo, which is awesome, and it is just your good old standard attack helicopter. At any point you can actually push the B button and exit out of the thing, so if you need to quickly repair a unit, because repairing it basically makes it invincible while it's repairing, so it'll stop it from being blown up if you're getting an attack wave of bombers or anything. Or if you want to swap to a different vehicle, that's another helicopter. This is a heavy tank. there's airplanes, and there should be one on this level. Yep, there's the airstrip. The airplanes are actually really hard to control at first, but once you get the hang of them, they're easily the best vehicle on the game. There's just all sorts of things you can do with the entire game, really, and co-op is definitely the best way to play it. Because, sorry about that little cough, because it means one of you can actually constantly go around building, repairing, etc., while the other one gets in the vehicles and takes care of the waves and that. The only downside is you don't share money, so eventually you'll have to swap over. So if one of you is crap at the vehicles and you're thinking, excellent, I can just build, then unless you swap pads over, then you will have to get in the vehicles at some point, so your mate can build, because chances are he's going to have 100 grand saved up and you're skinned. There's not really much else I could say about the game, other than one of the great ways to enhance replayability is the fact that you can actually go for high scores, obviously, and you can get different medals, and launching waves early will give you aggressive bonuses. There's also mission bonuses you can do, for example, challenges and that. So this one, upgrade 10 times, earn 100 times combo. I think there's 2 on every mission, some might get 3, I'm a little hazy on that. And it's just one of those games that you can actually lose a lot of time in if you want to. One of my friends on my friends list has actually put in nearly 800 hours on this game, and I absolutely cannot believe it, because when you go to these things, he's got some really good high scores, but he doesn't even have them on all of the mission types, all of the difficulty settings, so I honestly don't know what the hell he's been doing to rack up nearly 800 hours worth of gameplay. The only thing I can say that I haven't, as you can probably hear now, where it's basically when your toy box gets under attack, you've got the energy limit in the top left corner, which is your flag, and it starts deteriorating, and when it dies, you lose. So you can restart, which is one of the cool things about the game, that you can just quickly restart, you don't have to exit out. I know it seems like something like stupid, but it is definitely something you take for granted until you play a game where it forces you to exit out of the game and go back into it, and it's just one of those things that's annoying. And the only other thing I suppose I can say, some people hate vertical split screen, so I'm just going to warn you, it is vertical, and I've not found a way to make it horizontal split screen. So that really is everything I can say. For its price, you're definitely getting a hell of a lot there. The DLC campaigns are worth it as well. You only get a few missions, but it's one of those that if you can buy them when they're on a sale like I did, I don't think you're going to be complaining at the price of them. So that's everything then. So there we go then. That's been the review. I hope you found it helpful. I don't score the games because that's based purely on opinion, so instead I'll leave you to make your own mind up. So thanks for watching, and if you've got any questions about the game that I didn't answer in the vid, or that hasn't been answered in the comments, then feel free to ask and I'll help if I can. Also, if you did find it helpful, don't forget to check out my channel, because there's plenty more like this up there, and don't forget to subscribe because there'll be plenty more to come as well. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.